Wow, could you make the gate narrower? Are you for real? Could somebody come out and open the gate? If only we could get out of our truck. I was half expecting the job not to be available. IKEA. Tea time. Have a good one. Da, 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 da. To Rochelle. Right, through the French tolling system, this should be good. Muffins, I had air simulation turned on, I think, since when they brought it out. And then I think I ended up just turning it off in the end because it was just annoying. Like starting your truck and then it's like, oh no, you need to sit there while we charge the cylinder. Yeah. I don't really need that in my life. Ramming speed. Well, when you're coming from the other way, ramming speed would have made sense because it would have smashed the gate open. But don't go ramming speed when the gate's pointing at you. There'll be a path to pain. We're going left or right here because the sat-nav is not clear. I'm going to assume left.
Turn right.
No, turn left and then turn right. Ooh, 5 series. Thank you, Old Wanderer. 14 months.
Right turn ahead. Turn right.
Happy anniversary.
The sat-nav just ends here. What's going on?
Welcome back, Nutter.
So it is a left turn.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Martzilla, thank you for a bullseye 50 months. Eurovich, thank you for 39. So we turn left here. I think. This is weird. What do you think the next truck in ETS2 will do? Lead shot? I don't know. It depends if they have a conversation with Ford or not. I don't know what the next truck would be.
Go round the roundabout, first exit. Take the exit.
Do you prefer Ferrari? Ferrari?
Right turn
Trucks?
ahead. Turn right. Right turn ahead.
That's a very bland logo.
Turn right.
Well, Muffins, if they were to step back in time and do kind of, as you say, older trucks, they've got so many trucks that they can do. But I don't think they ever will. Just purely
Right.
from a licensing
Then take the
perspective.
exit right.
The manufacturers don't want to promote older trucks, they want to promote the new ones.
Take the exit right.
It's annoying, because some of the older trucks are just fantastic. So yeah, I wish they would, but I doubt they will. I mean, the thing is, you can get them via mods, so you're not missing out as such. You just don't have it in the base game. You're getting super cold, Wobbly. Where are you? Some mods are arguably better than the SCS puts out anyway. Quite often the mods will have more configuration options, but then often I think that's not because of SCS being lazy, that's because those manufacturers don't offer those particular accessories, I think. SCS can only ever offer like official truck parts, you know? In the mirror, you've got a Renault truck in the first lane and a car in the crawler lane. The irony. No, they're not constrained by licensing fees, they're constrained by licensing requirements and what they can negotiate. Southampton, the UK. Was frozen over? Really? To be honest, Wobbly, I think it's been quite mild so far. You've seen a truck recently overtake 3 to 4 cars in a crawler
Keep
lane.
left.
Lol. Why wouldn't they put the DAF and Merc add-on to the base truck in the first place? Why wouldn't they put the DAF and Merc add-on to the base truck? I'm not following you, Noodle. Wait, why is it so cold for you down there, Ping Zone? Let me have a look at what the temperature is here. 4 Celsius here. That's fine. They didn't have Daft Punk in the base game, but mock-up ones. You're talking about originally? Have I had a mince pie yet, Kieran? I had a mince pie 2 nights ago, and then the day before that I had a warm mince pie with whippy cream on top, and it was yum. I don't know where Mrs. Squirrel's buying the mince pies from this year, but they're nice. Yeah, but Alex, I don't think they can get away with that anymore. Like in the early days of the game, they basically made replica trucks and changed the branding on them. But now they have like the manufacturers know about the game now, and SCS has a relationship with the manufacturers. They can't just go sneaking in an older truck anymore, sticking a fake badge on and saying, "Hey, you sure you don't want to give us a license for this?" Like, it just won't work anymore. But in the early days, they could. Giants do it good. When they lose the license, they just release it as a mod. It doesn't affect copyright. Yeah, but when Giants do that, did they make any money, Kobe? Like, if they release it as a mod, they can't charge for it, can they? So all the development time that went into that particular vehicle, they then can't get the money back from. And they had to pay people to develop it. So as a business model, that doesn't make much sense. See, Giants is in the fortunate position that they have a lot more manufacturers to play off against each other. There are so many manufacturers making tractors and components. You know, in the farming world, or in the truck world, there's not that many. There's a new truck in the game already. Why would they not allow licensing the old ones? Whenever that question has been asked to SCS in the past, they've always given the answer that the truck manufacturers want to promote the latest truck with all the latest kind of Euro specs and emission standards, and they don't want their older trucks with like smoke billowing out the stacks, because that promotes the wrong thing now in an emissions conscious kind of climate. They don't want old trucks spewing diesel. That's what they say. Hence why they don't put the old trucks in, and they don't show exhaust fumes. Even when the modern truck starts up, they don't show anything coming out the exhaust. I mean, they're probably right, and the truck manufacturers probably... I think the truck manufacturers should still allow their old trucks to go in the game, but I agree they probably shouldn't spew smoke everywhere. Even though it's, you know, accurate. They what? Simulate drunk drivers now? The AI's drunk enough. Very true. It's a game for enthusiasts who enjoy their passion for trucks of all ages. Yeah, there are two sides to this problem, and I can see both of them. I agree. At the end of the day, it's just a game. No harm, no foul. Who cares if you got smoke coming out the exhaust fume? But, from a truck manufacturer perspective, where they're very conscious about the image their brand portrays, they don't want a smoky truck in the game. They just don't want that.
Keep left.
Political correctness is even on Disney Plus. They have disclaimers in front of old movies that warn that the movie depicts outdated stereotypes. Oh my god, it's so precious. It's so precious. It's unbelievable. Oh, man. P3D add-ons, they have smoke. Yeah, but did the manufacturer approve them? Like, officially license it? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe truck manufacturers are different than aircraft manufacturers. Isn't that why GTA doesn't have licensed vehicles? Because they might be portrayed as a crime car. That could well be the case. I mean, it could be because Rockstar doesn't want to pay licensing fees. Although, arguably, if you approached BMW or Audi or somebody else and said, we'd love to put your officially licensed vehicles in the game, you know, can we use your brand? They would probably say, well, you, Rockstar, have a lot of money and you make a lot of money out of this game, so sure, you can put it in as long as you show us the money. Equally, it might be like you say, they might think, well, we don't really want our BMWs being used to, you know, rob things from banks. So, yes, but no thanks. So I don't know which way they'd go on it. I suspect that Rockstar can't be bothered funding licensing fees and getting licenses and lawyers involved, so they just don't. They just make cars look identical and give them a different badge. It's a lot easier. Creeper Madman, thank you very much. More to point, GTA 6. What setting do you think they'll go for? Because we've got to be ready for, we've got to be close to another GTA. If it's not next year, it's going to be the year after, surely. 2020 or 21, surely.
Keep right.
I don't think it'll be London. Traditionally, it's always been American cities. I doubt they'll go London. I would like to see them do something different though this time. I would love an 80s setting. But equally, I'd like them to do somewhere different. I mean, South Africa might work. It does depend on how big their map is going to be this time. Maybe they'll try to do a bigger map than they have done before. Maybe they'll take a leaf out of Microsoft's book with their flight simulator and do like an online, much bigger online map and just stream it to you on demand. Who knows? Map 0522, thank you for 3 years. Happy anniversary, sir. And thanks for the support. Oh boy, this is not good. Rockstar would never dare touch Russia for the next GTA. Yeah, I don't think Rockstar would go Russia. Mexico. It kind of depends. I mean, I guess... Okay, let's say they went to Mexico. Would you expect all the AI characters in the game to speak English? Or would you be happy if they all spoke a foreign language, like non-English language, and you couldn't understand a word of it, but it was authentic? And that's the same problem they'd have if they went to, say, Germany or France for the setting. They'd, you know, if you set it in Paris, you'd expect people to talk French. And I don't think most people would want that. They want it in English. Unless they just do English with a French accent. Yeah, but you say that, Danny boy, but it's all the incidental stuff. Like say you're like sprinting down the street and you knock somebody over. They always say stuff, don't they? Like, hey, you crazy fool, watch what you're doing. I mean, if that was just came out in French or subtitle, it just wouldn't have the same impact. I don't think that would be popular, Thomas, if they did that. I don't think they'll put real places in. I mean, given what's going on in Hong Kong now, I don't think they'll go anywhere near Hong Kong. What amazes me, though, is how on earth they managed to keep it all under wraps. Like, how do they work on something like GTA for years? And people say to them, is there another GTA coming out? And they'll be like, nope. Is there another GTA coming out? Nope. And they'll keep asking, and all of a sudden, they announce it.
Right.
How do they keep it under wraps? How do they not have employees or ex-employees who just kind of spill the beans at some point? Oh God. Reading chat hype. Yeah, but it's gotta be... If you have like a disgruntled employee scenario, you know, they've got to be able to prove it. NDAs are one thing, but they have to be able to prove. Let's say they set up an NDA with you. They have to be able to prove that you was the one that leaked the information. GTA Finland. Must be lots of trees. You regularly sign NDAs? Yeah, I mean, you know, I sign plenty of NDAs, Billy. But again, it's being able to prove something, isn't it? You hope Microsoft has missions, the flight sim. Wait, why do you want missions exactly? They've been advertising jobs at Rockstar North. They're up to something. They're always up to something. I mean, Red Dead having just released on PC. I'm sure they've been working on GTA for a while. And despite what, you know, despite them denying it, it's not like they're not going to make another GTA, given how much money the last one brought in. Flight sim is like fly 20 pristine passengers to LAX. Fly 300 passengers and get 0 complaints. Good luck. Extra challenge, deal with some vegans. And 1 celiac. GTA 5 made nearly 2 billion. Yeah. And GTA 6 will pull in even more. Let's face it, if they release GTA 6 and charge £100 for it, people will still pay it. They'll hate Rockstar, but they'll still buy it.
Keep right, then take the exit right. Take the exit right.
I was wondering about that, Anchor Smile, whether it would launch in tandem with the next-gen consoles, but...
Go round the roundabout, 3rd exit.
I think, don't they tend to release the game on current-gen console first? And then next-gen and then PC? I mean, if they launched a brand new PlayStation, like a PlayStation 5, with GTA 6 or something crazy like that, that would sell in droves. But they'd never be able to release...
Take the exit.
They'd never be able to release the game on existing, like, PS4. People wouldn't buy it.
To the nut house.
So if they release it on PS5 before they go on PS4,
Left turn ahead.
people wouldn't pay for it, would they? It always needs to get upward. It always needs to go onto the next gen and then onto PC finally.
Turn left.
Like, there's a reason they don't release on PC first and then try to shove it on console. It's because it won't look as good. Lead Shot, thank you very much for your support. Welcome to the Net House. Thank you for the nutty welcome, guys.
Right turn ahead. Turn right.
Hey, I've got a question for you, GTA 5 party. When GTA 6 comes out, are you going to rename yourself? Because if you rename yourself from GTA V Party, which is GTA 5 Party, if you change your name to 6, then it'll go to GTA VI Party. Be like VIP Party. No, it's a genuine question. Are you going to change your name to GTA 6 Party? You've got an issue there?
Left
It'll be
turn
GTA VIP Party. Unless you use the number 6. You could put GTA 6 Party in it.
Turn left.
And now someone took it then.
Go straight on.
No, James, I won't be playing the new Star Wars game. I don't really have a... I was only saying to Pringle last night, I don't really have much of an interest in the Star Wars universe anymore.
Turn left.
I have heard it's a good game, but it's just not for me. Come on, bro. It's my throttle that squeaks, not the clutch pedal.
Right turn ahead.
Nope, I couldn't care less about James May's new car.
Turn right.
Happy anniversary.
Right turn ahead.
Well, Noodle, I don't know if they'll make a new Skyrim or just call it
Turn
something else.
right.
Like with Oblivion and Skyrim, they'll probably just name it something else.
Right turn ahead.
But that would be a nice game to play as well.
Turn right.
Jens, thank you for 15 months.
You have reached your destination.
This seems like the wrong kind of drop-off point for... Well, I suppose empty pallets are there, so maybe not. They've got barrels. We'll forgive them. No, it's just got empty pallets in the back. And they don't care about wonky parking here, it's great. Thank you, Captain Flint. $17.40. Let's have a look at the jobs. See if we can work our way more up this way. Might even get across the UK in this hop. Or maybe here somewhere. Okay. Ooh, hydrogen. Don't think so. That's a long way to take hydrogen. I'm sure it'd be just easier to make it in Lithuania. All the jobs are going the wrong way. We've got a few going to Le Mans. They're kind of all heading inwards. And then most of them are just going south. And that crazy one. They still never fixed that bug. That bug has been there a long time. Where you say, I want my maximum length to be 700, and it'll go fine. And 95% of the jobs will be that length maximum. And then you'll get this crazy job that is 4 or 5 times your maximum length. And they still haven't fixed that. You'd be surprised how logistics works. Multiple times we've sent empty pallets to the country. With something like that, it makes sense because it can be... With pallets is a different thing. Like, with pallets, they need to move around, yeah? And so, if you've got a truck that needs to come back from a journey, quite often they can just get pallets chucked on it, really cheap to bring them back. But then if you're delivering a product like hydrogen, it's pointless going that far with hydrogen when you can just make it much closer. Spain, oh, we've come out of Spain. We came out of Valencia down here. We're heading north. Or trying anyway. We might have to go via... Oh, there you go. There's one. Plymouth. Take some birds to Plymouth. Oh, awesome kerosene. Kerosene looks fun. Let's do a tank. Yeah, we'll take kerosene. Kerosene to Plymouth. What's funny about Plymouth muffins? Listen, Cuzzy, don't be asking me, do I want your Sunday roast when you've just offered it to chat 2 or 3 times. I don't want your dregs because you can't give it away.
Turn right.
Terra Santana, I think for 2 months. There's a guy in chat called Plymouth. Now I'm with you.
Right turn ahead.
Is there a guy called Plymouth Reliance?
Turn right.
You've saved up 46,000 peanuts. That's a lot of peanuts. The question is, what are you going to do with them? Who's going to be the first to 100k?
Second exit.
I need to create a reward for like 100k peanuts. I have no idea what though.
Right turn ahead. Turn right. Go round the roundabout.
You wish you kept yours.
Second exit.
Yeah, but why, Matty?
Take the exit.
Since when it's been a few weeks, Jens, when they rolled it out onto my channel, I can't remember how long.
Left turn ahead. Turn left.
Yeah, I could do that, Mr. Sun. You redeem 100,000 peanuts, and it puts a message on the screen that says, "Congratulations, you've just wasted 100,000 peanuts."
Left turn ahead. Turn left.
That'd be great. Wait. What, with 100,000 peanuts being fought? Surely not. Unless they've got some crazy multiplier for earning peanuts. Not much choice here. We'll take that one. Oh yeah, for 5,000, like, I can understand that, but we're talking about 100,000 here. That's going to take anybody a long time. It's been an app on iOS which cost some huge sum. And all I did was put a message on the site saying, I am very rich. Lol.
Turn right.
Caravan!
Go straight on.
Well, Newty, so how many weeks is it taking you to get that? It's like 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Can't remember. So even if you carry on at the same rate that you have been doing, it's going to take you at least a month to get 100k. At least. So on that basis, you can probably get yourself 1 million peanuts in a year. Conservatively, you know, because you're not going to be here like every single stream for the entire duration. I don't know, I can't remember, Newty, how long ago I activated the whole thing. It wasn't long ago, it was probably 3 weeks, I'd guess.
Right turn ahead.
But yeah, I reckon maybe 1 million peanuts in 1 year is probably close to doable.
Turn right.
Wait, who mentioned Factorio? Don't buy Factorio.
Keep right. Then take the exit right.
Has someone been stuck on late night addiction? Nah.
Take the exit right.
I can stop any time I choose. It's a rubbish game. Very easy to put down.
Go round the roundabout. Third exit.
You watch sometimes and don't get any peanuts. That's weird. You definitely logged in.
Take the exit.
Oh, it's worse than that, Newty. It's worse than that. There's always like 10 things that need doing constantly. And once you've got bots, it's even worse. Because when you get bots, you realise that you can actually sort all the problematic mess that you created. You can probably use bots to like tidy it up, and then that's an entirely different path of pain. Whatever you want them to be, ED. If you want salted, you can have salted. You want cashews, no problem.
Go round the roundabout. Second exit. Take the exit.
Roasted. Chili peanuts are nice. They are good. You can't stand the point system personally. I don't think so, Kev. There's not that much. Every now and again you get a highlight and that's about it. It's no biggie. Unless you mean other streams. I don't know. It is kind of sensitive to, the, you know, how much you charge for various rewards. That's where it can get either spammy or not. Oh, I'm sure they are, Kev. If you make the highlight one too cheap, then you'll end up with half of chat will be highlights, which is completely stupid. Like, nobody wants that. Chat doesn't want that. The streamer doesn't want that. A highlight is not a highlight if half the chat is highlights. Cashews are so nice. Pistachio nuts, cashew nuts, almonds, Brazil nuts, they're all glorious. Does anyone know if using Amazon Prime sub will prevent connecting to the... No, has nothing to do with it. If you're subscribed on Twitch, then Discord sees that you're subscribed and lets you in. It has nothing to do. A Prime sub is exactly the same as a normal sub. The only difference is how you pay for it. It has all the same benefits. In fact, Discord wouldn't even see it as a Prime sub. It will just see it as a sub. Why did you waste a K to get noticed? What's that song? The red truck and the blue truck had a race. It's like a Milky Way ad. Uh-oh. Guess blue wins then, sucker. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Let's go.
Then take the exit.
No, don't make me get off. Just want to... You win this time, but next time, I'll have you.
Exit right.
Scumbag. Just when you get into a bit of fun, they end the road. Uh-oh. Whoa, that just... I thought that had crashed then. My game just froze. I suddenly had flashbacks to Red Dead. Oh look, Tom, somebody's playing Factorio. Do you know what? When I get up in the morning, Tom Sunday's already playing Factorio, which is quite impressive when you consider that he lives in America. Tom. And then when I go to bed, he's playing Factorio. And then when I'm streaming, guess what he's playing? Cheese on toast with Branston pickle. Do you know what? I've never tried that. Cheese and Branston's nice, but I've never done it toasted. Let me give you one, Rob Shep. Have you ever seen fruity cheese? Like, say, Wensleydale and Cranberry is a nice one. If you're looking for a fruity cheese to start with, try Wensleydale and Cranberry. It's really nice. Then make some toast. Slightly butter the toast and then put slices of fruity cheese on top and eat it. It is, so you don't grill it, don't grill a cheese, just slice the cheese and put it on top of toast. It's good. It's real good. And then you can put Wednesday and cranberry slices on your crackers as well. It's just as nice. Is what Factorio, Joshy? We're in France. Yeah, we're heading up to... we're going to cross the channel over to Plymouth in the UK. After Christmas dinner, it's probably the only time I have cheese and crackers. I never have cheese and crackers after dinner at Christmas. Been in Plymouth for 2 years. Nice. Have they told you why there's no AI in multiplayer? Do you not know the answer to that? The question is not why is there no AI in multiplayer. The question is actually why did TMP release a video 1 or 2 years ago showing AI in multiplayer and it still hasn't come to pass? You simply cannot spell today. T-O-D-A-Y. With Christmas being on a Wednesday, non-streaming day, I don't know, Dave. I've not done the Christmas schedule yet. It's because it's to do with the way that TMP injects the players into the game. It does it by removing all the placeholders for the AI and basically injecting the players in instead. And the problem you face is if you want to have AI in multiplayer, then you have to ensure that every car, every vehicle that you can see, everybody else can see. And that's when you start getting into interesting scenarios. Because the game was never built to do any of that. It's basically a technical problem. Like, if I join a TMP game, then my game has to report my position to everybody else in my vicinity. Yeah? So imagine like a big circle around you, so many miles wide. The game has to report my position to them every, what, 10 times a second? If it's less frequent than that, then you'll start to see me stuttering around the place. Because if it only reported me once a second, as I'm driving along, you will see me here, then here, then here, then here. So it has to report me like 10 times a second minimum. And even then it would look juddery. Now the problem is, if you've got, say, 10 trucks on the side of the road and I drive along, I've got to report my position to every single one of those players' games 10 times a second. And if one of them has a ping time of, say, 200 milliseconds, now you've got a problem. Because that's 0.2 of a second. So you can't update them 10 times a second because their ping is double that. There's just some of the technical problems that you face. And then when you've got 50 trucks in the area, all of them with very different pings, and you've got to report your position to all of them, they've got to report their position to you, now you see the mess. That's why when you drive into a city with 50 trucks, it becomes a big frame lag. It's because of all that going on in a game that was never designed for multiplayer. Good night, Leo. Yeah, Farming Sim solves the problem like this. When a player joins, it freezes everybody, takes a snapshot of the game and then sends it to them, and then tries to do the above, but it limits it to like 5 or 6 players, because any more than that and it just becomes a mess. Even with a dedicated server, it just becomes a mess. Because it's not only reporting the position of vehicles, it's also reporting the status of... Wow. It's also reporting the status of, you know, segments of a field, whether it's, like, harvested or not. If you're driving along harvesting a field, you might be harvesting 10 sectors and turning them for one type of, you know, crop into harvested. And it's got to send all that information as well. How does GTA 5 do it then? Well, GTA 5 was built for multiplayer, for a kickoff. So they get control of the back end, and the game understands multiplayer. That helps a lot. With Euro Truck, it's trying to inject multiplayer into a single-player game via the back door of removing AI and replacing it with players. Yeah, I was playing with 16 people, Bob, and did you see what a lag fest it was? Quite often, you would drive round and you would see things that nobody else was seeing. Like big strips of field that had been harvested showing up as not harvested. It's a real challenge. It really is. So basically SCF will redo the whole games to be able to make MP. Not necessarily. I mean, it would probably be easier if they built a game with multiplayer in mind. I have heard it said that, you know, if you're going to build a game with multiplayer, build it with multiplayer from the start. Don't try to retrofit multiplayer. So yeah, whether they would even try or not is open for debate. What would you like to see in Farm Sim 20? Nothing, because it's on mobile and I don't play it.
Keep right, then take the exit right. Take the exit right.
Well, if they had AI in CMP, I reckon what would happen is the players would bully the AI.
Roundabout, second exit.
You know, they'll probably bully the AI. They'll probably start driving into AI vehicles deliberately.
Take the exit.
Imagine a convoy of players going down the road and then there was an AI car. I can imagine shenanigans.
Turn right.
Farm Sim 20 is available for pre-order. Yeah, it's on mobile platforms, bro. They asked me did I want a key and I said no. I don't do mobile. Or Switch. You got full lights on, I know. Isn't it glorious? I mean, even once you get past the technical challenges of multiplayer, you've then got the whole experience, haven't you? As you say, when you're playing with other people, I mean, if you've ever played an online game, it doesn't matter what game it is, if you've ever played an online multiplayer game, you know what it's like when you're dealing with other people. How do you manage that so that everybody has a good time? That's the real question that nobody's managed to answer. No, Bob. No. For PC, it's 2019, 2015, 2017, 2019, 2021. So you'll get your 2021 Farm Sim on PC this time next year. Yeah, I don't get that, Feral. Like, I don't know, playing games on my phone is just not something I want to do.
Go straight on.
The only one I would consider is that, like, mini motorway one. Made by the same people who did the, underground one. What's the best game for mature multiplayer? Yes.
Left turn ahead.
It's nice for killing time, Muffins. If you need
Turn left.
to waste your life, something's not right. If you need to waste life on a mobile game because you can't think of anything else to fill your life with at that point, something's not right. It's a bit harsh. No, but you often hear that kind of, oh, I'm just killing time. Like, you can kill 5 minutes, fine. If you want to sit there for like 2 hours playing a mobile because you're just killing time, something's not right. If I was waiting in a bank, I wouldn't be playing a game. I'd probably be checking emails, replying to something important, maybe searching on Amazon for something I need to buy. Like, there's always things that need doing.
Right turn ahead.
What's the best way to learn Factorio?
Turn right.
I started by watching people like Catherine of Sky play it with their playthroughs. Like, I just jumped into the game, hadn't got a clue what I was doing, so started watching. Like, Catherine of Sky's got some videos, like where she goes from nothing to Mega Base, and she's done at least 2 of those now. And if you start watching them, particularly in the early days, she gives you a lot of good tips. And then for the rest of it, you'll have to start looking at blueprints and seeing how they work, and reading stuff on the wiki. The wiki's got a ton of information, but it will blow your mind if you go there too early. It's tricky learning Factorio because there's a lot to learn. Yeah, I mean, trial and error works once you get past the point of knowing how the game mechanic works, like knowing how belts work, knowing how you translate ore into something, knowing how inserters work, like electric, power, like all this kind of basic stuff. Once you've got all of that in your head, you can start just messing around trying to design assemblers to make things. That's fine. But in the initial early days, it's, you know, you've got to get past that stage. Where are we going here? Fair enough, Daniel. Nice one, Boomy. I don't feel like we drive in as far as we should. I kind of feel like we should drive all the way down there and park up, not park up here. Pat Stan, making a game is a serious undertaking. The game needs real physics. The way they've stopped at one light, the liquid in the tank sloshing around would be jumped into the intersection. Yeah, I don't think there's any implementation of liquids in these tanks. Unlike, say, Mud Runner. I did Boeing, yeah. T3PA rudder pedals on Dirty. Aren't they the ones I use? Oh, right, okay. You see the new Scooby-Doo movies coming out next year? No interest. No, Pat Stan, the weather's been bad. I'm going to look at the weather forecast for this week and see if I can't go flying. Yeah, even though you drove a train IRL, do you still enjoy playing Train Sim more? I don't think that experience kind of changed whether I enjoy Train Sim more or not, to be honest. In the same way that when I drove the Porsche racing car, it didn't really change whether I like racing sims. But what was interesting was just seeing it all in a game and then experiencing it in real life. Yeah, I wouldn't give a Scooby-Doo either.
Go round the roundabout, third exit.
See what that guy just did then, that van? We don't do that in the UK. Only crazy people do that in the UK.
Take the exit.
What do you have left to do on your flight license? I don't have anything to do. It's all optional stuff now, Dave. I have my license. I added on a night rating. Everything else is optional. Like, do I want to add a restricted instrument rating, or do I want to add a full instrument rating? Like, it's purely down to what I want to do now. Do you pay per hour? Yes. Actually, the group that I fly in now, they pay per taco hour, which is nicer.
Right turn ahead. Turn right.
Night flying is always a good thing to have. Yeah, it is.
Then turn right.
No, it really is. That's why I got it last year, because I just wanted to make sure I got it before winter ended. And I almost didn't get it because of the weather. Wow, scumbags. Yes, we want you to drive it into this really small courtyard and then turn it around. Really? Yeah, and then while you're there, we're going to fill all the bays as well. Okay. Seems legit, bro. 99-point turn, Dave. Sorry, how many point turn, Dave? 99? Thank you, Captain Flint. At least somebody appreciates it. What truck is a Ford based on? Not sure, to be honest. Maybe somebody in chat knows. The Farm Simulator 2011 model on the trailer drone. From, are you saying that they nicked it and put it into a mod? Outrageous. Let's see if we can get to Wales. Maybe to get something that takes us over to Cardiff, maybe. Cardiff, there you go. Bottled water to Cardiff. GBJ, Great Britain, Jersey. Interesting. I'll have to say that one. You're welcome, Boomy. Right. Open up, knock this thing. I'm just going to take a quick bio break, so I shall be right back. So conscious about knocking that. Broke the cable doing this. I'm back. I can't bring door back to them. Simply because Mrs. Squirrel's currently walking Doyle. Hence why I've made myself a cup of tea. Do you ever let your beard grow out? No. I have a trimmer and I've got it set on a particular setting and I just keep it on that length. Did you say cup of tea? No, I said cup of tea. Right, let's see where we're going. Alright, Moorcroft, have a good sleep.
Turn right. Keep right. Then turn
What time is it?
right. Turn right. You have reached your destination.
Can't wait till we get to the 7th bridge. I prefer the 8th bridge. Bottled water.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Bottled water and a tarpaulin platform. I was hoping for a different style, but there we go.